Thank you so much for joining us today for the Pastor's Potluck podcast. Here on the Pastor's Potluck, it's similar to a normal potluck where you might get something that you want and there may be something that you just want to pass up altogether. And that's okay. There's something here for everybody. Our goal here is to encourage you and maybe in the process entertain you. If you're ready, let's dig in. We started off today by singing "This Is How We Do It" by Montel Jordan.
That's how you know every day. You just know it's gonna be a good day.
Scooby-Doo-Ba-Ba-Dee-Ba-Doo. This is how we do Pastor's Potluck, number 50, episode 50.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, we've done 50 of these.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, and I'm surprised people still listen.
Oh, we're so glad you do.
Yes.
We're so glad.
Yes. Thank you for joining us for another episode here on the Pastor's Potluck, number 50, number 50. This is the big one.
Yeah.
It's a big one. I shouldn't say. Wait till we get to like 100. But
it'll be here
in 50 more weeks.
in about as long as it took us to get here.
We're halfway there.
That's it.
To where we don't know where we're going. Hey, but today we got a fun one for you. I think I think we can all say that we've enjoyed the randomness of some of our episodes because it's been random topics.
Yeah.
And then our mystery meat questions are random. Like, you know, instead of for the people that fill out the paper and put it in there, but it's just been random.
Yeah, I need to add some to that, actually.
Like we talk about worship. We've talked about getting to know you, Scott and Cheryl, everybody. And we've talked about youth. We've talked about kids ministry. We've talked about school. We've talked about family. We've talked about what God has done with our lives, breaking addiction, everything. And there's been a purpose behind it all, but it's felt like good random, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like we don't shy away from any topics. Like we've talked about some pretty heavy stuff. We've talked about mental health, which is still very culturally a taboo subject. We've touched on it all.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I think that for me, there's appeal there because you don't know what you're going to get until you scoop it and put it on your plate. Welcome to the potluck.
That's the potluck for you. I mean, you're going to go through the line at a potluck, and there's going to be things that are healthy for you and really great. And let's just be honest, sometimes we pass those things up in life and at a potluck.
Yeah.
And then there's some things that you're still getting some nutrition from, even though it's maybe a little greasy or made with love, as it's said. And so... I've enjoyed the different topic areas and being able to take things in different directions and just kind of hear each other's take on life things.
Yeah.
That's been a good time.
We should call this like the leftovers episode.
You know what? This is the leftovers episode.
Yeah.
You're right. That's exactly what this is.
We're resetting the table, so to speak.
That's it.
So for the next 50.
It's happening.
Dun. So our idea for today is Anna and I, if you haven't noticed, we have good banter back and forth between each other. Yeah. Not that we don't have it with anybody, but you and I, we're on a wavelength because we're both like extreme creatives and we get it, right? Like I get it.
I think sometimes we don't get it, and that's the problem.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm not getting it.
That is the trouble. Actually, we're on the wavelength that's like, no, I don't understand. No, you're right. We are able to kind of think through a situation maybe in a way that others aren't, or we see something we're like, I don't know if we should say it that way, or I don't know, whatever it is.
I feel like more people are telling me like, no, start over, Jared.
Start over.
You're in the ballpark, but
Take
you need
two.
to But we thought today it would just be fun just to not have anything on the docket. Like on my little piece of paper, it says podcast name, Anna. The broadcast date or the record date would be, today's date. And then our topic it just says random.
It's perfect. That's the most perfect piece of paper I've ever seen in my life.
So I was looking through, I was like, okay, I need to find something that can like really generate topics on the fly that you and I could try to tackle whatever the internet gives us for today. And let's talk about it. So I found this website that does, it's a random topic generator. Okay. And so I wanted to give it 10 results, and it's going to be random. And then I want you to pick a number for between 1 and 10.
Okay.
That way.
You know what this feels like to me in my personal life? When I do road trips, you guys are road trip people, or you like...
I mean, we drive, because it saves a lot of money.
Yeah. I like road trip. I like to drive.
Yeah.
And on road trips, I like to do, I think I may have even shared this on the Potluck before, I like to do freestyle raps.
Oh, yeah.
On the road trips. And this is what this feels like to me, because all I'll do is I'll go to Spotify and click like a freestyle beats playlist.
Yeah,
and
it's all instrumental.
It's just music, and I'll make Paul or whatever teenagers I'm traveling with, I'll be like, all right, give me 2 topics. And they like are looking around, they see like a billboard, and it's like law office, and then there's like a cornfield. They're like, corn law. And I'm like, let's do this thing.
Yes. So there's a guy on Instagram, his name's Harry Mack, and he does that. He does this like social media platform called Omegle or whatever. And it puts you in conversations with random strangers. And he does freestyle raps, and he says, give me 3 topics.
Yeah.
And so he does a freestyle rap, like with whatever. And people are like, for some reason, like most people always say like rhinoceros because they don't think that he's going to be able to rhyme to rhinoceros. Yeah. But he said like that's like 90% of people give me that word to rhyme.
How
with.
interesting.
So,
Yep. Yeah. Well, you should hear my new album, Corn Law. It comes out in 2023. It's going to be great.
Do you have anybody featuring on that? Do you have any guest spots on it?
Yeah, guest backup singer, Paul Blake. It's just him going, rippity rap, 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 tap, tap, tap.
Because he doesn't.
And that's all. That's just all that's happening in the background.
Yeah,
it's so great.
All right, random topic generator. I've pulled up. It's 10 results. Like it's already cycled through it, so you got to give me a number between 1 and 10.
Okay. Let's go. Split it down the middle. 5.
Which is a stronger emotion, anger or love?
Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. If it would have made me angry.
Apparently love.
I think that's my answer right there.
Scott's angry.
This question makes me angry. I think that love probably is the question was stronger.
Yeah,
more powerful.
Yeah, what's a stronger emotion?
I think probably love, because I think that sometimes I actually got to share about this on the Extra Point when we recorded this week also. Sometimes anger can stem from love. You're angry because something you love is being affected negatively, or you have anger because something you love is being taken away, or there's some type of injustice or something around what you love, and you feel angry. So I think that even the base of that anger, in many circumstances, would be love.
Yeah,
which is pretty powerful.
I agree. I think love is a stronger emotion because of love. Like, you can forgive the things that make you angry. Anger usually, if your emotion towards something is anger or frustration, it's very hard for that kind of like redemption or reconciliation with that thing. Not that love can't win, because it often does. You see it like whenever, say like if somebody does something drastic and kills a family member, you see it often to where the surviving family members of that lost loved one, they often embrace love towards the other individual, yes, they are still angry and upset
Right.
that their loved one is gone, son, daughter, whatever that may be, but they choose love because they understand the power of it.
Yeah. Well, most of the true crime podcasts I would listen to if it wasn't for love. Not my love for criminal activity, but a lot of those crimes are crimes of passion, as they say.
Yeah.
And then you're like, maybe you should find another passion.
Yeah.
Like, let's look at golf, perhaps.
Yeah. Knitting.
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. Yoga, perhaps.
Yeah. Some breathing techniques.
Yep. All right. You've got to pick another number. I'm loading up a completely new list.
New number. I'm feeling it. Let's say number 3.
1, 2, 3. What adjective best describes your spouse's family?
My spouse's family with an adjective. An adjective is like a descriptive word.
Correct.
So let me see. Oh my goodness. It might be today's topic, random. I feel like my spouse's family, they're just so random.
Yeah.
There will be, like, you expect maybe like their day-to-day tasks to be a certain way, or, oh, I expected you would be home to take my phone call or whatever. And they're just like, oh, because Paul grew up on a farm and his dad still works the farm. And he'll be like, oh, I just had to go pull a calf out of his mama. She was having a hard time. I gave birth to a calf today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's great. I went and picked up my click list today. So we've got something in common, maybe. Like, it's random to me.
Yeah.
To them, that's just the way of life. Like, it's just how things go. And to me, I'm just like, do you guys have a plan ever for anything? They're like, we just kind of figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
The wind's blowing in that direction.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm with Erica's family. I find it difficult sometimes to feel, even though like Erica and I've been together for 13 years, like in a relationship, and we'll be married for 13 years at the end of this month. I find it difficult to even still feel like I'm a part of it, even though I know they love me unconditionally.
Yeah.
Just because of like the circumstances of our relationship. You know, we were expecting Nolan before we even got married. We'd only known each other for 2 months before we found out that she was expecting Nolan. And most times in that type of situation, you see like that relationship not lasting, but
Right.
we put a lot of time and work and effort to make it last. And I know that they love me unconditionally. Sometimes it's just difficult for me to feel like I'm a part of it. Mm-hmm. And I love them tremendously. Like, I love her mom. I love her brother. I love her uncles. And her cousin. I mean, she doesn't have like a whole, I shouldn't even say uncles. She only has one uncle. So it's not a very big side of the family, that she's still in contact with. And I love them tremendously. I think they're absolutely, absolutely great people, but it's difficult for me to feel like I'm a part of. So if I had to describe them, I think they're amazing people.
Yeah.
But I just can't, I just don't have the connection I have with like my family.
Well, yeah. Yep.
You know, it's just like, I think that's most relationships for me too, because, I'm a weird person. I get it. Like, I get it.
No comment.
Like, I mean, we have a mystery meat segment on a podcast.
I love it.
I mean, but it's just like, I feel, and I don't know why I should feel this way, but I just feel socially awkward. And I know it's just the way God made me.
Yeah.
I'm random. I like to chase squirrels in conversation.
Yeah.
I interrupt people and I apologize after I interrupt them. I'm just like, I'm really sorry. I have to tell you this right now. And you're like, I'm just trying to tell you my life story.
Yeah.
Like, you just asked me your life story.
That's so
And then
good.
I'm just like, wait a minute. There was this one time.
Man, you just gotta embrace that awkwardness, embrace that, and just, yeah, like, just know, hey, this is unapologetically who I am, and I'm facing it the same way you are. But
dude, you want to hear how
me, and we're all surprised together.
Yeah, you'll get a kick out of this. We had 2 people in the sanctuary checking out the sanctuary. I don't need to mention their names so people don't have to go ask them how awkward Jared is, but they were looking over the sanctuary because they're getting married in several weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, hey guys, how's it going? And they're like, good. And I was like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, we're just kind of scoping out the sanctuary to see where we want things, for our wedding day. I was like, fantastic, dude. I'm so excited for y'all. Just like, and I am like, I'm super excited that they're getting married. And I started talking with them, and I was like, just kind of going over some of the things on the stage that are non-negotiables, like that we can't move this, but just, walking through it with them and trying to give them ideas. And next thing I know, like I've pulled things out and I'm like putting it all over the place. And I'm trying to like give them ideas on like how to make the stage look like.
Is there a part of your brain in this moment that says, "What are you doing?"
Yes,
there is. Okay, that's what I imagine. That's what I imagine.
The idea popped in my head, and I said, "I should probably not do this." And then I was just like, "Oh no, words are coming out."
I love that voice. Because that happens to me all the time too. And Paul and I, we're on some weird level also. And he gets into what he likes to call nervous talking. Yeah. And I have my own segment, but it's similar, a little different. And that little voice will go, please stop. Like inside, you're going, okay, you've done enough now. Like, okay, that's enough. Like they're not even looking at you anymore. Please stop.
Yeah.
But there's something else that's just like possessing me to continue to have this conversation or continue to do that thing. And you're just like, what is happening right now? Oh, it's amazing.
I have this invisible shovel everywhere I take with myself. And anytime I enter a conversation, I just start digging. And the longer I talk, like the harder it is for me to get out of it.
It's amazing.
Until I'm just like, well, I've scared you enough, so I'm walking away.
That's so amazing.
And it's just like I genuinely I try my best just to make people feel like loved and appreciated. And I think if people like understood that about me, like I'm trying to be like genuine and help them. Because like most of my social interaction for 15 years of my life was in a bar. So I'm like, the only interaction I had with people was with drunk people.
Yeah. Right. And you can carry a conversation pretty much anywhere when you're talking to someone who's really not going anywhere conversation wise.
Yeah.
It's like, I can carry this.
Or physically, because you're like, I need to find a way to get this guy's keys away from him.
Yeah. For sure. No, that's excellent. That's some of the things that I love. Like the things that I love about working with teenagers is those exact things that you mentioned. Like there are times where I'm just going inside. I'm having a total internal dialogue while they're talking going, I wonder if they even know that they're still talking. Like there's something inside of me going, do they even know? And I'm just nodding and smiling. And I'm just like, you know what? They seem to be enjoying this. So I'll just enjoy it with them. Like that's fine. Oh, so good. So good.
All right, I'm going to pick one for you.
Okay.
I'm trying to find one that's good. I just need to let you pick a number because I'm just going to read these and it's
you got to get it together.
I know.
Okay,
it
7.
needs to be completely random.
This time is 7.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What is your favorite movie and why?
Oh, man. See, I'm the worst with movies because I prefer television shows because movies take such a commitment to me. Mm-hmm. Like a TV show, I can watch one episode and be done and watch the next one the next day or next weekend or whatever. Movies that I really, really enjoy.
Well, wait, are you like one of the types of people that like whenever you start a movie, you have to stop? Like you can't pause it, go to sleep?
I can't pause it. No, I have to watch the whole movie.
Okay.
It's terrible. Like it's really terrible. I'm pretty strict with my bedtime. At least I prefer to be. Mm-hmm. And we actually experienced this a few weeks ago. Paul came home and he was like, hey, it's 8:00. And there's this movie I really want to watch. Will you watch it? And I looked and I was like, yeah, it'll be over before I'd like to be in bed. So yeah, that's fine. but then he wanted to like maybe make a little something to eat or a little this. The movie got started a little bit later, and next thing you know, I'm up watching this movie, crying. I'm a mess, like all this stuff. And where's he at? He's in bed asleep. He just left me there at one point. I didn't even know that he left. He just got up and left and went to bed. And I'm like, what? Now I can't even go to sleep because I'm just emotionally damaged from this film.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck is going on?
What movie were you watching that made you cry?
It was, I don't even know the name of it. It was something that he picked out. It was some movie about martyrs oh my gosh. They were either in China or Japan or the Philippines, like somewhere over in like the Asia area. And it was really good. And I was like wrecked. And then I had to try to go to sleep after that. It was terrible. But as far as favorite movies, oh my goodness. I like funny movies. I don't always rewatch movies, but there's a couple that I will. Oh, this is terrible. A favorite. Oh, I really love. This is a cartoon movie, but I just really like it because I really like David Spade. Mm-hmm. The Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that movie. That's one that I will rewatch. Just because I think David Spade, even his voice brings me joy. Yeah. Like not just his physical appearance and demeanor, but even just his voice. I'm like, oh, there's just so much to enjoy with this. And then some other movies that I can remember like just rewatching over and over again. Things like movies like The Other Guys. I've rewatched that a handful of times. And oh man, this was a cult classic. Not everyone loves this movie, and I'm okay with that. I've made peace with it.
Yeah.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh,
I rewatched that movie.
Love it.
I mean, I probably watched that movie every day for like a month.
Oh, it's great.
It was insane.
I remember the first time I watched that, and I was like, wait a minute. Like, this just doesn't make sense at all. And it's not supposed to make sense. And so I went back to I watched the first one in the theater. Mm-hmm. And then I went back the next day and I watched it again, and I had the time of my life. Yeah. It was so funny.
Yeah. If you've only seen it once, you probably have a pretty poor description of it. Mm-hmm. And you probably don't think very good about it. You don't think very highly of it. Yeah. And honestly, after you've watched it a dozen times, you still might not think that highly of it, but you at least enjoy it. Yeah. You at least are like at a point where you're like, you know what? I can respect these little nuances that are within these characters. So
do you like science fiction movies?
Yeah. Like whenever we went through COVID, when we were trapped at home, I watched all the Star Wars films and I really liked those. Yeah. I would like to rewatch them just to kind of better understand those characters, but I've not done it yet. Yeah. We just had the time, the time to do it, and that was a time commitment. Yeah. Big time.
Yeah, big time. So, I think some of my favorite movies, and they just released like the television series for it on Amazon Prime, but I love the Lord of the Rings movies. Mm-hmm. Like the extended director's cuts, like the ones that are like 4.5 hours long. Like you pretty much have to take a Saturday and start it in the morning. Oh, and, you pause it every time one of the kids, needs something, or you got to go walk the dog or whatever. And then you just make a day out of it. Mm-hmm. Just watching one of them because they're so long.
I'm glad you brought that up because that was one that we would do a marathon in the summer. I know people do like the Harry Potter marathons or the we did the Lord of the Ring marathon. Every summer we would do it was a Saturday. Just start it in the morning and we would just watch all the films. And it wasn't like we planned it. It wasn't like, oh, today's July 1st. It's the marathon day.
It's the Two Towers today.
Like, we're not doing anything today. Yeah. Like, let's just watch all the trilogy or whatever.
Yeah, just have
we did do that. Yeah,
I think that's important too. It's just if you are finding yourself always busy and on the go. I know that there's some people that thrive in that type of environment, but just staying. Mm-hmm. And especially if you're married and sitting down and just being around each other, enjoying entertainment, whatever form that may be. If it's binge watching all the episodes of This Old House, like that Carpenter show with Norm Abrams and all that, or digging into science fiction movies, like a series or something like that. I think it's important just to take those moments and relax and just be around each other, and not necessarily solve the world's problems.
Yeah. Or leave your spouse sitting on the couch crying while you go to bed. That's the other option.
Yeah.
While they watch a very sad documentary / reenactment of this sad martyr movie.
Was it the one where they were on like the airplane and they landed in like the jungle and it came out in like the 80s?
No, this is newer. It has the actor that plays Kylo Ren in the new Star Wars. He's in this movie that I watched. Yeah. It's newer, and it was emotional.
Adam Driver, that's that guy's name.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, I like science fiction. I think it's just, I don't know. I like to nerd out a little bit.
Yeah, I like to turn my brain off when it comes to those, like what you described as just like the slowdown, because I do have a lot of relational things happening in my world, like spending a lot of time with people, listening to them, listening to their situations, good, bad, ugly, like all this stuff. And so when it's time for me to like settle in for a movie, I almost want to watch something that's just like dumb funny or like totally unrealistic. Like it could be something sci-fi related, or it could be, I usually don't run straight to, like for the relax, I usually don't run straight to like a drama or a romance or anything like that, because I'm just like, I just don't have the mental capacity to deal with this right now. Like, just show me somebody doing something goofy that I can kind of laugh at, or show me like a ridiculous scenario that could never actually happen, but it at least gives my brain freedom to go there. Some
Mission Impossible.
Yes, like something.
All right. Do you prefer Coke or Pepsi?
I prefer Coke. Pepsi makes my teeth feel like they're wearing a sweater.
I am indifferent either which way, but whenever we go to the store and Erica says, "Hey, do you mind getting, some Coke or whatever?" And if I want like a soda, I get Pepsi. And the reason for that is that nobody else in my family drinks Pepsi. And so I know that I can put my Pepsi in the fridge and nobody's going to touch it. And whenever I want a Coke, because I drink a lot of water, just being a singer and just trying to keep my voice like hydrated, my vocal cords, and so I don't drink like a lot of carbonated beverages. But whenever I want one, I want to be able to have it, and so
that's brilliant. That's the same reason why Paul's dad started drinking unsweet tea. Because he kept making sweet tea and the boys would drink it before he could get to it. And he started making it unsweet so that he'd have a drink when he wanted it. Yeah. And he just has stuck with it all these years. He's like, my dad switched literally just because of us. He's like, I'm tired of you boys taking my stuff. The things you do.
All right. Last one. And then we will move along.
Oh, my
Pick
goodness.
a number.
This time, let's go all the way to the end. Number 10.
I have to. We're gonna stick with number 10, but it just wasn't. It wasn't good. It wasn't I should say it wasn't.
Come on, internet! Quit being so inappropriate. Can you imagine the internet being inappropriate?
Oh my gosh!
Oh my goodness!
We need to cancel the internet. Are you closer to your dad or your mom?
Oh. Well, I moved away from home, so I'm the same distance from both now, but I'm guessing this is an emotional question. So emotionally, I have more check-ins with my mom. We talk a little bit more, but my dad and I have a lot of the same personality. We connect on some other levels that are kind of not always the rest of the family's favorite. We're both kind of, we lean a little bit more towards sarcasm and a little bit of like silly behavior, goofy, like a little pranky-ish behavior where not everybody's a big fan of that. But yeah, as far as like just general communication, like having conversations and stuff like that, I talk to my mom a little bit more. But I would say the quality of conversation is still a little equal, even though there's more of it with one than the other.
Yeah.
The quality is still pretty similar.
I would say the exact same thing. Like, I love both my parents like dearly, and I don't know that I would say that I'm closer to one or the other. I talk to my dad more. Not that my mom doesn't answer whenever I call, she does. Or she'll like, and if she can't get to it, she calls back within like a couple minutes, like right away.
Yeah.
But I talk to my dad more, and it's mainly, I think the conversation usually with my dad is like, hey, I got this, like, I'm gonna FaceTime you really quick. I just need you to walk me through like something that I need, like how to approach this. If I'm like trying to fix something or whatever. Not that I don't like talking to my mom, but my mom doesn't know how to do anything with electronics.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. She knows whenever they work and they don't work, you know, and then she has my dad fix it.
Yeah.
So like, or if it's like something, I just feel like I talk to my dad more, but I love my parents like equally.
Yeah.
Like absolutely equally. So I wouldn't say I was closer to one or the other.
Yeah.
So
very cool.
My mom's a very good encourager as well. My dad, he encourages, but not as good as my mom. So like if I need some pick me up, then I just call my mom and I'm just like, Mom.
Mom, I got left on the couch watching this really sad movie.
And I was crying and Erica went to bed.
Clearly, that bothered me more than I realized.
Yeah.
No,
so
that's amazing. Yeah, moms and dads out there, you guys rock.
Yeah.
Your kiddos care about you.
For sure.
Anyway, I brought some celebration casserole for today.
I was waiting for you. I thought you were going to do your little intro that you usually do.
I am. Are you ready? On this segment, we are calling it Nanna's Casserole. If you've not been with us before, this is where Nanna brings on a little set of goodies for you to munch on. Welcome to the Potluck and Nanna's Casserole. I don't ever remember how I actually do this. This is how we do it. Anyway, so Nanna's
Nanna's Casserole. I just made casserole, which is 3 syllables, into 2 syllables. Casserole.
See? That's why Rhinoceros is able to be thrown in freestyle raps, because of what you just did. Oh my gosh, full circle. Okay, so today's Nanna's Casserole is all on the theme of 50 and 50th celebrations. So I'm going to give you 3 options. You have to select the correct one. And then I just have some general statements to kind of wrap things up.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the 50th wedding anniversary, which metal celebrates 50? Is it silver, gold, or bronze?
Gold.
That is correct. Excellent, excellent. In the United States of America, who is the 50th president? Is it Clinton, Bush, or no one?
No one.
That is correct. We don't have 50 presidents yet. Biden is president 46.
Yeah.
So, I thought I could. I was trying really hard on that one. I hope that I got somebody who was listening or watching.
It doesn't help that like whenever Trump was in office, everybody referred to him as 45.
Yeah. Well, okay. Some people pay attention, I guess. Some people out there, though, let's just be honest, you're just floating around and you know it.
Oh, yeah.
You're just out here existing. You don't know anything.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. No
I've
offense.
seen those conversations
No
of like
offense to you
where
people.
people ask them, they're like, all right, for $1, like, just name a woman. They're like, I don't know. And they're like, you're a woman. Just name your name. They're like,
It's the worst. Oh, it's the worst.
Shout out Billy Eichner.
Which state was voted to be the 50th state? Alaska, Hawaii, or Arizona?
Oh. Alaska.
The correct answer is Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Oh, Waikiki. Okay, so on a national poll for the best ice cream, this one's for you, kiddo. For the best ice cream flavors, which of these flavors came in at 50?
Oh, gosh.
Is it Twix, vanilla, or chocolate?
Oh, man. For the fifth, it's like this is number 50.
Number 50. Like there was number 1 and 2, which were like voted the most.
Well, chocolate and
then
vanilla
we're
are going
going
to be
down.
1 and 2, so I'd have to say Twix, number 50.
50th on the list was actually vanilla. I know. I don't get it. I didn't
don't
like
get
that
it.
answer either.
I don't like
I mean,
it.
it could just be the internet being wrong. So
Yeah.
that I can imagine that, but
That's
it
the
could
internet
be true.
throwing us for a loop.
It could be true. I really loved this next one because I am a former art student.
Time
and I
out.
love art history.
I'm still
What?
stuck on the ice cream.
Oh boy.
If it's number 50, why would they put number 50 in? What was number 1? Did they tell you what number 1 was?
Yeah, but I logged out. I don't know what it is anymore. I didn't log the whole list.
I mean, but why would you put a number 50 ice cream probably next to the 2 top 10s, chocolate and strawberry, and call it Neapolitan? Why would you do that?
I think that you're really way too invested in this.
It's stinking ice cream, Anna.
I'm concerned.
Don't be concerned. I am a self-proclaimed ice cream specialist.
Quick, name an ice cream specialist.
Name the 50th best ice cream specialist in honor of 50. Me.
Oh, are you ready to move on from ice cream?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. It's fine. Okay, so
I feel like the kid at like the birthday party, and it's just like ice cream time's over, and I'm like, okay.
Terrible. I have to swim again. It's terrible.
I wanted to drown my sorrows in another pint of vanilla.
Vanilla. Okay, the 50th most important place to visit in the world. It was a list of 100 important places to visit in the world. I'm going to give you 3 options. You have to guess which one came as 50th. The Colosseum, the Lascaux Caves in France, or the Golden Gate Bridge.
So what was the list of 50, like 100 places to visit in a lifetime?
In the whole world, yes.
Like if you could do this, like, so number 50, it was either the Colosseum,
the Golden Gate Bridge, or the Lascaux Caves in France. Like the ones that have like the...
stalactite.
No, the ones that have like the drawings of like the bulls and the horses and all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. So which of those 3 you think is came in at 50?
I would probably have to say the caves.
It is the caves. I was very excited about that. I did a whole unit plan when I was an art teacher on the caves of Lascaux, and they were awesome. It was awesome. We actually we took all of the students' desks and like bumped all the tables together, and we draped brown paper over them.
Yeah.
And had the kids make their own cave paintings, and then I put those cave paintings up on the bottoms of the desks and the bottoms of like the legs and the chairs and all this stuff, and they had to crawl through, and they had little flashlights, and they would look up at each other's little paintings. It was super fun. It was very, very cool.
Yeah. Because I can imagine the other 2 on that list were higher up. Like,
yeah, they were a little bit beyond that one.
Yeah.
Not too far. They were within thumb scrolling distance. So, yeah. I mean, not too far. Okay, so this one, you may know this one. And if you're listening, you may know this also. Super Bowl 50 was between the Broncos and the Panthers. What season was this game played after? The 2018 season, the 2010 season, or the 2015 season?
2018.
The correct answer is 2015.
Yeah.
Rough.
I don't follow the NFL. I like college football, so.
This is my final scoop of Casserole. Disney Animation Studios.
This is like you get the fork and you're getting all the burnt
You're scraping, you're scraping the stuff that's like crusty on the side.
Cheese.
Absolutely, absolutely. No offense, Disney, but it's the crusty stuff. All right, here we go. Disney Animation Studios, their 50th film. This is animated, so it won't be real people. The 50th animated film was which of these 3? Big Hero 6, Tangled, or Lion King? The 50th.
Ooh, I'm gonna say Tangled.
Tangled is correct.
Yeah.
Excellent job. Excellent job. And this is just bonus content for anybody who is an Office fan like myself. The Office, the TV show, the hit by NBC TV show. The
Produced by.
The 50th episode that aired was entitled Women's Appreciation. And it is a very silly episode, as one would expect. So thank you so much for tuning in for Nanna's Casserole. I hope that you enjoyed that dish served up cold, because it sat on the counter for 50 minutes.
As we finally got around to it.
Boom.
All right. Now for the completely random mystery meat.
Oh,
and
my
then
goodness.
we'll be done.
Get ready. Hey, listen, so that the next 50 can be super awesome, if you are listening to this podcast or watching, send us some random stuff to ask for the mystery meat, because maybe you aren't totally sure of what the mystery meat is. It's just a kind of mix-up segment at the end, sometimes at the beginning, depending on who is visiting. And it just gives us an opportunity to, whether our topic that day was serious or less serious or personal or maybe just cultural, it gives an opportunity to discuss something that you gave us. And you might actually really love hearing what we think about it, or discuss it. It could be a would you rather. It could be a random question. It could be a fact. Did you know? All kinds of stuff. So think about it. Let us know.
Yep. Let us know. All right. Mystery meat question of the day. Would you rather be physically stronger than most people or be able to fly?
Oh, you know what I just saw in my mind? I just saw the Encanto, the sister that's really strong, and she like picks everything up. That's what I just saw in my mind. And I was like, that actually sounds pretty great. I think flying would be cool. You answer this. Give me some time to think. I'm thinking still.
Okay. So I would choose fly.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because I see a lot more opportunities to really scare people. Like really scare them. Because could you imagine if I just started floating right now and I'm like, like freaking out, like something's like picking me up or choking me, like
Darth Vader just walked in the room,
or just have somebody shine like a light from like way up high, and I'm getting beamed up like an alien, and people are like, no. I don't care about getting from point A to point B. I just want to really freak people out.
You can freak people out with being like super strong. You could like do things and people are just like, whoa, what's happening?
Yeah, but not to the effect of flying.
Yeah, maybe not.
Because then people would just be like, it's just a magic trick. But if I'm hovering like 10 feet off the air and I'm pretending like I can't breathe, yeah.
Yeah, let's just give people heart attacks.
Exactly.
Okay. Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm anti-flying only because I'm like super creeped out by heights. Like I think I would just freak myself out.
Yeah.
Like, okay, here I'm gonna get ready to scare somebody, and here I'm the one going, oh my gosh, I'm so afraid. Like, it would be counteractive. Like it would not work out for me. So probably just super strong. Then I could just like, I don't know, maybe I could be like a sideshow and do stuff, and that'd be like my little side hustle. Or maybe like my neighbors are like, hey, we need some stuff moved around. I'll be like, yeah, you got like $10, I'll move your cars for you. Or what, you don't have to leave your keys, it's fine, I got it taken care of. I don't know, like I think being super strong, you could do some cool stuff. But yeah, I think flying would just freak me out, just because I know who I am. I've made peace with my sweaty palms when I have to walk up stairs that don't have walls on either side. It's just,
oh, really?
That's where I'm at in life.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I think it would be, I was playing a scenario, like if my feet just slowly started going up, and like I started clawing at the table, like something's got me. Like you would freak out. Like,
of course I would.
How funny would that be?
oh, I don't know. How funny would it be to have to buy a new chair because I peed in it? Like, jeez. Oh, my gosh.
And then I just come down and I'm like, gotcha. And you're like, oh.
Nope. I'd be like, nope, got you. And
Yeah.
get up and push the chair towards you and leave. Catch 22. Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness.
Like I said, I don't care about getting from point A to point B. I mean, that would be great because gas prices are terrible right now. But, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think that I might have out-randomed my brain. My brain has it's like nothing. There's nothing there right now.
Yep. Hey.
I can't believe it.
That means there's nothing there for me as well. So I think it's time to say goodbye to all our company.
Yes.
MICKEYMOUSE.
Goodbye, company.
It's a good way to end this is by randomly singing the Mickey Mouse song.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all have a good week. Scott's going to come on next week and be like, what happened, guys?
All we needed was more caffeine.
Yeah. Y'all have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for listening in with us today. We really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You can also follow us on social media, on Facebook, Instagram. You can also watch the video version of this on YouTube as well. All you have to do is search up the Pastor's Potluck Podcast. From all of us here, we want to say thank you, and we'll see you next week.